We talked about testing multiple conditions for making a decision while discussing if-else-if ladder. Java provides another control statement, the switch statement, for such multi-way branch. It follows this syntax. Let's look at a simple example of switch statement and relate it with the syntax. This is the expression of the switch statement that we saw in the syntax. It must resolve to byte short int char string or an enum. In this example, it is of type int as the data type of variable number is int. The values specified in the case statements must be unique constant expressions of the same type as the expression in the switch statement. This point that I just mentioned about values of case statements has three important things in it. You must understand and remember them. First is that these case values should be unique. You cannot have duplicate case values within a single switch statement like this. It will cause an error. Second is that case values should be constant expressions. What this means is the case values can be literals of the same type as the expressions in the switch statement. Here, the case values are integer literals 0, 1, 2. They can also be constants declared using the final keyword of the same type as the expression in the switch statement. So, I can also write the case statements like this. This will compile without errors as keyword final is making 0, 1, 2 as constants. But they cannot be expressions involving variables like this. Since I have removed the keyword final, 0, 1, 2 are now variables. There is no guarantee that their values will not change. Values of case statements must be constant expressions. Giving variables as values of case statements results in error. Let me revert the program to its original state. Okay, coming to the third point, type of each value must be compatible with the type of expression in the switch statement. Here, number is of type int and each of the values 0, 1, 2 are integer literals, so the compiler is happy and everything works fine. If I change number to string type like this, I will start getting errors for incompatible types. Let me revert this change. Now we have some understanding of the syntax of switch statement. Next, let's try to understand how it works. The switch statement takes the value of the expression and tests it for equality against each of the values specified in the case statements. If it founds a match, then the statements following the case statements are executed. If none of the case values match the value of the expression, then the statements in the default case are executed. However, the default case is optional. If no cases match and no default is present, then none of the statements from switch are executed. These break statements in each of the cases will transfer the program control outside the closing curly braces of the switch statement code block over here. Break statements belong to the jump category of Java's control statements. They play a very important role in switch statements and loops. We will look at their usage in switch statements in depth just after executing this program. Their usage in loops will be examined in the iteration statements section. Let me run the program. As the value of number is 1, this case statement should get executed. I will create an object of this class and execute demo switch statement. As expected, case with value 1 gets executed. Let me open the class and introduce a for statement here to execute all cases like this. This for loop will test the switch statement with numbers between 0 to 4. Let's run the program now. As you can see in the output, when value of number is 0, 1 and 2, cases 0, 1 and 2 are executed. For values of number greater than 2, that is 3 and 4, default case gets executed. I hope you have a good understanding of switch statement by now. Next, we will look at the usage of break statements in switch.